Well, here we are again, just me and you, and it's 8 o'clock and I am going to go down and meet Pat, and today we have one or two bits of windows, but it's not a very nice day out there at all. It's going to brighten up later though, and but in the meantime we do work for a nursing home crowd. And they have floors that need doing. So it's the kind of floors that need a machine go and a polish afterwards, and they get it done a couple of times a year in each of their places, just because it's that grippy sort of material that even though you mop it, and they say they mop it every day, twice a day, but it still doesn't kind of clean up any better. So we're sent in to go through the place. There's an awful lot of health and safety regulations to this though. There has to be risk assessments done, insurance, method statements, a list of what chemicals you use and the MSDSs of those. So there's quite a lot of work into the background. It took a long time to get in there. We get loads of work from them now, but I suppose first of all I LinkedIn messaged the head guy a couple of times saying that we'd love to do work for them, and then I rang then 6 months later and I got talking to a different woman, and I suppose the long and the short of it, we probably have 10-15 grand turnover wise of sales off of them in the last year. And I suppose all of that is coming from just going out there, looking for the work, putting yourself out there, offering your service to somebody. But then that service, and it's the same as a lot of the factories and stuff, you know, you have to have things done right. You know, employees have to be proper employees. You have to have proper PPE. You have to have all the adequate insurance. So you have to have, in Ireland, you have to have the 6.5 million insurance, not the minimal insurance. You have to have paperwork galore. Like when we finish in each of the places, we have to hand in a file saying what was done with what chemicals and all that sort of stuff. And that's not just any Joe So pulling up in a car and doing that. That's somebody that, you know, you've put a bit of work into the organisation, you've put a bit of work into the paperwork. Now, a lot of times you can use the same stuff over and over again. You don't actually have to go for brand new stuff all the time. But it is a lot of work at the very start, and it's making the right connections. And it's all down to health and safety. Like the staff, like they get us to clean some of the high lights out and stuff off of steps. Because the staff aren't allowed to do that kind of stuff. That's how crazy health and safety is getting. You know, they're not allowed to change a light bulb. They have to call a maintenance company. So, which isn't us, by the way. So yeah, that's the thing. You either go with it, go with the health and safety, go with everything, or you go against it. And I suppose my advice is to go with it, so that you can actually get the jobs. Because if we didn't have all that paperwork, like and it's the same for absolutely loads of jobs, like if I couldn't send off a risk assessment, a method statement, now what, they're not, once you actually get to the job, people don't give two hoots. But now saying that, if we didn't have all of that stuff done, we wouldn't get the job. That we have to send over all of that stuff first. So you kind of have to get things done right, and then find customers that appreciate how much effort you put in, or maybe they need that much done in. Like the folders that we prepare for them, once they're done, they actually get passed on to the government inspector who comes to have a look at those places. So again, they're ticking boxes, we're ticking boxes, everyone's ticking boxes. So here, I'm going to go and pick up Pat. And yeah, I'm gonna go and pick up Pat. Got the coffee there, which I'm just gonna finish, pick up Pat and head out. So Pat is running a couple of minutes late, so I am just having a look around here. here on the industrial estate, and some of that cladding looks dirty. And I know the management company, and they're kind of mainly like a lawn company and external care, and I suppose their only option to clean all that cladding is probably a hoist and a power washer. Whereas, do you know what, our Waterford Pole makes an easy job of cladding, and we do a fair bit of cladding for a few different factories and stuff. So I'm wondering, because the office is doing loads of cold calls today because tomorrow's work is planned. Monday we do a lot of that, so tomorrow's work is planned already. That's A1. So today they're going to be doing a lot of cold calls, and I'm trying to think of places that would be good for that. So I think that could be a good one, actually, to be honest. I'll let them know about that, and again I'll say to the office to let them know the advantages of getting us to do it versus somebody with a power washer, because we won't damage it as much. It'll come out really well, we can do it really quickly, we can do it really safely, and for half the price of what it would be otherwise. Well, we're here and we're doing that nursing home job, so it's quite a big kind of long building. Way long, massive big long bungalow of a building, and we're doing all the external windows, and then we're going to go inside and do up our floors. So I'll shoot some video of that. Just got some new tubing, and today's the kind of job that we can't get through the work so quick, so we spent half an hour changing a few bits and pieces of stuff that we had to change over. So we also got these connections, and they're only a couple of pounds now, but so there's your standard rectus fittings, and that ball goes on there, and it just prevents, I suppose, on the other one I actually have a clip on the other side of this, but it prevents it from, you can kind of tug it off that, and it prevents it from getting, you know, caught on the side of a building or something. It kind of just prevents a bit of that action. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Again, I just got an email from a customer that we do. We did a big kind of, it's an educational office, you know, adult education, that sort of stuff. And again, we contacted them ages ago, and we did a big job for them for windows, guttering, PVC and stuff like that. They messaged again today saying, do we do internal deep cleaning and stuff like that? I said that we do, and they want a quotation from that. And again, all of that is only from picking up the phone and giving a ring, trying to get through to the right person. And again, don't get me wrong, like, they needed loads of paperwork first, so they needed safety assessments, risk assessment, bank account details, public liability insurance, safety, health and safety packs. They needed all of that stuff done first. So we sent it all off to them, and yeah. So I'm going to go and have a look at that this afternoon after doing this. I'm just home, not a whole pile of video content for you today. As you saw, we were doing floors, and we were just doing that all over, that non-slip stuff, really hard. We were doing the windows of the place. I got, my delivery came of my water genie, And that's my trolley. I'll show you all up in action. There's a nice 35 litre trolley. Again, I haven't got near to have a look at it or to see what it's doing or anything like that. Yeah, 6 o'clock now and I'm really tired. Probably not drank enough water or that, but all the same, a really good day. On the phone a lot this afternoon with Maxine, because every 3 months the employer's tax is due, so it's working out hours and stuff. The office has all those hours, of course, down on paper or on an Excel file, I should say. But for one of the new lads, it's setting them up, and then the accountant did set him up for me, but I didn't set him up on the tax system for him. So there's a bit of to and fro and what information is needed, and something will be able to logged in on the computer, some can't, all from the revenue. So then a bit of, well, then emergency tax will have to go on them of 50% of wages for the last 3 months. So there's all kinds of issues like that today, this afternoon on the phone. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired. So, but no doubt after dinner I'll come out and I'll get the van sorted for the next day. On another good note, we got a phone call from. We got a phone call from one of the people that we do loads of work for, again, just because of cold calling. I don't know if I told you about it earlier, that's how tired I am. And they want loads of work done. They want some internal kind of spring cleaning done of offices and stuff like that. And again, that all just came from us picking up the phone. So, yeah, that's the story. It's all good. Good day out. Going inside for a drink of water. And then a spot of dinner. So yeah, so not much video content for you guys today, apart from this is just the daily grind it takes. Those floors, by the way, came up amazing. Okay, so I've had dinner and I'm out of the van, getting everything ready for tomorrow. When I got my trolley system, which I absolutely love, I also got a Water Genie backpack for free thrown in, which was great. But I think the battery is goose as well, so I'm doing all kind of tipping, messing, pulling at it, just trying different batteries, charging, just a whole pile of messing, checking connections, checking fuses, you know, when you're messing with stuff like that. So there was a few questions that came in as well. There was one from Ryan, and it's how very often do you do your commercial jobs? However often they want, same as any customer. I don't force them to go on to any sort of routine, whatever they want to be on themselves. They can be on. And there was another part to the question. What was it again? Oh yeah, the Stingray use for inside. We have the younger equipment, and it's really, really good. Well worth a punt. Do we charge more for inside of houses? It depends. Whatever you think yourself. Yeah, sometimes we do. Sometimes it might be the same as outside, because don't forget, when you're charged, say you're charging 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 for outside, there's a small bit of travel time in that as well. So sometimes we charge just the same again for inside. Yeah, that's normally what we do. Right, back to fixing.